And thank you for joining us for KBOI 2 News Midday. I'm Brian Moore, and let's get right to your top 11 stories at 11. Well, it's been about a month since the crime, but now a grand jury has indicted Adam Dees for the triple murder that happened early in March in the foothills. We'll take a close look at that indictment coming up in just a few moments. And we've got a warning for drivers heading toward Eagle Road on the freeway tonight. ITD will be closing one lane of the westbound I-84 off-ramp, while crews are going to be putting in some new pavement. That project is scheduled to start around 9 o'clock tonight and last until tomorrow evening, but we are told crews should have 2 lanes of that exit back open by Friday night. And charges have been reduced for a former Minidoka County Sheriff's deputy accused of punching a sheriff's captain in the face and breaking his nose. The Times News is reporting that 51-year-old Daryl James Broner is now facing misdemeanor battery on an officer and unlawful entry. Broner was facing felony counts and 30 years in prison. Medical marijuana dispensaries may be coming to Ontario. New rules mean dispensaries can get a license to operate in town, but they need permission from the state and the city. Ontario's mayor says there is growing interest from businesses looking to cash in.
Yes, there's been inquiries. Yes, they are looking to locate here, and we're trying our best to just really concentrate on public safety.
A dispensary would need to be 1,000 feet away from schools, public facilities for minors, and public parks. They would also have a 200-foot barrier from any residential zones. Dispensaries are also prohibited from growing their own marijuana on site. A 70-year-old Blaine County man has been found dead near Stanley. The Times News is reporting sheriff's deputies went to check on him and found his cabin warm with the lights on. Deputies then found his body pinned underneath a snowmobile nearby. His identity has not yet been released. Well, it took a jury less than 2 days of deliberations to convict Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev. He was found guilty on 30 counts connected to the 2013 bombing. 17 of those counts are eligible for the death sentence. Now the jury will have to decide whether to have Tsarnaev put to death or spend the rest of his life in prison. 2 people were taken to the hospital following a car crash in Garden City. A small car collided with a van. That crash happened about 9:30 last night near Maple Grove and Chinden. One of the people had to be extricated from their vehicle. No word on the extent of their injuries. One woman is recovering after crashing her car on the connector. Troopers say the woman lost control in the eastbound lanes and hit a concrete barrier before eventually landing in this field. She was taken by ambulance to St. Alphonsus in Boise. The Kennewick, Washington Police Department is launching an investigation after video surfaced of an officer threatening a teenager during a traffic stop.
That's cool as fair enough. I got a clean record.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm the guy that can make that record look dirty.
The Kennewick police chief says it appears the officer was rude and inappropriate. The officer involved is a 21-year veteran of the department. He remains on active duty while the investigation continues. And a plan to raise money for Idaho's transportation needs by increasing vehicle registration fees and boosting the fuel tax has been rejected by Idaho representatives in the House. But that bill isn't dead yet. It now heads to a reconciliation committee made up of members of both houses of the House and the Senate to try and iron out differences. As part of the Basque Festival, Hialdi soccer will be coming to Albertson Stadium. The blue will be covered with fresh sod for the July 29th game, and we now know who's playing in that game. Bilbao, well, it's from the Basque Country region in northern Spain and has never played in the Americas. They'll square off against Club Tijuana. They lead Mexico's top soccer league. Tickets go on sale to the general public on April 27th.